Amanda, let's welcome you. You have change.org. It's a platform that brings people together. Welcome.
Thank you, Marcia. Hello, everyone. I am honored and grateful to be here today speaking with you about change.org. My name is Amanda Levi, and I'm the VP of Global Business Development at this company. For those of you not familiar with Change, we are the world's largest open empowerment platform, enabling people across the world to create the change they wish to see. More than 95 million people in nearly 200 countries around the world use our platform to start, sign, share, and win petitions on issues they care the most about. And what we've witnessed over the past year is that social movements are growing at a faster speed and scale than ever before. Online organizing is changing how companies, governments, and nonprofits work. We know it's not easy to mobilize people together with a single unified voice, especially when there are so many issues that people feel passionately about. But when you can, there is immense power. And this opens the door to new fundraising opportunities. We are entering a time in which organizations have the ability to coordinate action and to mobilize people together with a greater speed, scale, and efficiency than ever before. And as a result, this will transform the world of fundraising for every person in this room. When we look ahead to just 5 years from now, 2020, the organizations that will thrive are those that are able to create meaningful movements and fundraising opportunities online. The first person who taught me about the power of people to start and win campaigns was this truly incredible person, Lakshmi. When Lakshmi was 15 years old, she was the victim of an acid attack. She was walking down the street in India when two men came up to her and threw acid on her face simply because she refused to marry one of them. This happens all the time in India. In fact, every single year, 1,000 people are attacked, disfigured, and sometimes killed with acid. And the worst part is that under Indian law, acid attacks weren't even a punishable offense. For 8 years, Lakshmi campaigned using offline channels to try to influence the government. She had little success. At the age of 23, 8 years later, she discovered change.org. She started a petition asking the government to restrict the sale of acid in the country. 4 days later, 27,000 people signed her petition and pledged their support. She took the petition to the Indian Home Minister, and the very next day, her campaign won. The Indian government passed legislation prohibiting the sale of acid in the country. And to me, I get goosebumps. What's so remarkable about the story is here is this woman, this amazing woman, who has been systemically disempowered her entire life. Yet through the use of these online tools, she gained tremendous power, and she was able to change the direction of her country. New technology is radically reducing the barriers to collective action. And we are now seeing an explosion of citizen-driven movements. At the time when Lakshmi started her campaign 2 years ago, we had about 7,000 new petitions every month. We now see more than 20,000 petitions every month, with 700 coming from Italy alone. This explosion of citizen action is changing the balance of power between governments, companies, and citizens. This simple, inherently viral tool is making it easier than ever to engage people in meaningful change all around the world. In Italy, mafia and corruption have been a prominent issue on our platform since we started. We have been working with one of the most effective and courageous organizations fighting corruption, Libera. Yeah. Thank you. What's remarkable about Libera is that they've started more than 110 petitions on our platform under the umbrella campaign Riparte il futuro, restarting the future. And just last night, they hit the massive milestone of achieving 1 million signatures on their petitions. They have won many important campaigns changing corruption laws in Italy. One of their recent successful campaigns petitioned the parliament to enforce stricter penalties for exchanging political votes for mafia-backed candidates. The campaign received 350,000 signatures, and on April 14th, just this past month, became a victory. There is now a new article in the National Penal Law that punishes anyone who obtains a vote in exchange for money or other benefits. And yesterday, we had the biggest victory of all time in Italy. Up until last night, ex-members of the parliament found guilty of corruption could still receive 5,000 euros a month in pension. Libera started a campaign, and last night it became a victory, and this will never happen again. Amazing. So what do Libera and Lakshmi's stories mean for organizations? The short answer is opportunity, tremendous opportunity. There is now an enormous new marketing channel of millions of engaged people looking to take further action. You can now use new technology to find the exact people who care the most about your mission. And we are lucky enough to work with hundreds of the leading NGOs, some of whom are in this room, like UNHCR, Telethon, UNICEF. We help them create compelling campaigns, recruit new supporters, and enable them to follow up via email and mobile phone. Organizations can now mobilize people together, engage these new supporters, and move them up the ladder of engagement to cultivate their next generation of donors. So, are there barriers that prevent organizations from taking advantage of this opportunity? The biggest one we see is resourcing. All too often, organizations invest a modest amount of resources in building a website and creating content. They then expect people to just stop by and donate. And when they don't, they assume that online fundraising doesn't work for them. This is like taking your direct mail program, printing out all of the flyers, leaving them on your doorstep and expecting people to give you money. Of course, this would be crazy, but this happens all the time. For those organizations that invest both the time and the marketing resources needed to recruit new supporters, they are seeing tremendous results. You can now engage these new supporters and move them up the ladder of engagement faster than ever. Direct mail, telefundraising, face-to-face will remain important channels, but the addition of online will supercharge your fundraising efforts. A multi-channel approach is the very best way to exceed your fundraising goals. We now see one victory every single day on our platform. We know the incredible power that new technology gives to people around the world. And for organizations, there's a tremendous opportunity to leverage these online tools to engage your supporters and to drive collective action. We are at the start of something truly transformational. The stories I share today are remarkable, and they are happening every single day. And you, as leaders in the NGO sector, have the incredible opportunity to mobilize all these people around issues like Lakshmi's and Libera's to create a lasting impact. We are just scratching the surface of what is possible. Thank you.